Ho ho!
Tomorrow, the team faces one of the tough matches against a very competitive opponent like Osasuna, who haven't lost in their last 5 games, and also in a difficult stadium like El Sadar, where Osasuna have only lost twice this season. How do you see tomorrow's match?
Well, there's almost nothing to add after what you just said. They've gone 2 months unbeaten at home. They're in excellent form, and we all know how difficult El Sadar always is for Real Madrid. I've experienced it myself. I think I've only won there once out of the many times I visited Pamplona. So we're very aware of the tough battle we have ahead of us tomorrow, the difficulty of the match, the level of the opponent, and the great work their coach is doing. We'll prepare it in the best possible way, knowing that tomorrow's 3 points are extremely important.
I wanted to ask you about Vinicius. How is he? Have you spoken to him after what happened in Lisbon? And knowing that tomorrow he'll be playing in a difficult stadium, where he has also received unacceptable insults in the past.
Vinny has been sad like all of us, and above all, very outraged by what happened last Tuesday. It was clearly a racist act, something we never want to see happen again. It's something that has no place in sport or in our society. I think we now have a huge opportunity not to let this pass and to continue fighting against this scourge that is racism.
Are you worried? Have you spoken with Vinicius or the club about the possibility of this happening again? Some time ago, it almost became a trend that he was constantly targeted, leaving racism aside for a moment. There were always incidents in stadiums involving him. It seemed to have slowed down, but now we're back to this issue that you've just condemned. Are you concerned that this could put the focus back on this topic instead of what's truly important?
I think I've been very clear. What's truly important is fighting against acts like the one we experienced the other day. It's an unacceptable situation that we will neither allow nor tolerate, and we don't want it to happen again. And of course, anyone who engages in that behavior will have us standing against them. I want to be very clear about that, especially when it concerns a fellow professional. It's something that must not happen on a football pitch, and absolutely nothing justifies a racist act.
You've been in charge of Real Madrid for about 40 days now. In 5 league match days, you've turned the title race around. When you arrived, the team was 4 points behind, and now you're 2 points ahead. That shows the team's improvement. But I'd like to know what you think are the key factors behind this transformation, both tactically and mentally. And also, how is Mbappe's knee?
Kylian's knee is much better, very good. Obviously, it hasn't completely disappeared as an issue, but he's feeling better every day. As for the team, I think we've grown a lot over the last 3 weeks, but I'm just as calm now as I was when the criticism came. When results don't arrive, we know criticism will be there. We're very aware of the demands of this club and this badge. All we want to do is keep working and keep improving. The league is very long. For me, the season has barely even started. It's February. There's still so much left. So many things can happen. We have, like tomorrow, an extremely difficult away game, and I think they'll all be like that from now until the end of the season. Our only objective is to keep working, stay focused, not relax, and understand that to win every single game ahead of us, we'll have to give 100%. We're not a team that can take its foot off the gas if we want to win, so we just keep working. There's still a long way to go.
In these recent matches, you've repeated the same formation and almost the same players. Did that idea come from training sessions, or was it your initial idea when you arrived at Madrid?
When you arrive, you obviously need to get to know the players, work with them, and see what functions best according to the idea you have. Then the players' performances are what earn them their place and keep them in the team. Right now, the team is responding very well. All the players are responding very well. Everything we're asking from them, they're doing better and better each time. That's what we want, continuous growth, both collectively and individually. That's what we work for. And we'll keep pushing so that this level continues from everyone because, as I said, there are many match days left, many weeks ahead. This isn't just about 11 players, it's about 25 who train every day. We prepare matches with all 25, and everything good we're seeing right now is thanks to the work of all 25.
When you say you won't let what happened in Lisbon pass, could that have meant walking off the pitch?
I'll be very clear on this as well. It was Vinicius's decision to return to the pitch and continue playing. If he had said he didn't want to continue, we all would have gone inside, one after the other. There's something I told the players. There is no title or victory I could win with Real Madrid that would make me feel prouder than I felt last Tuesday. The way the teammates reacted in that moment, how they responded, how they kept playing, and every single statement they made afterward. Nothing makes me prouder than seeing a united team, a team that protects a teammate, that stands together and fights together.
Mourinho has spoken in Portugal for the first time since what happened, and he more or less maintained his position about what occurred. You said you thought he might reconsider once he saw the images over time, but that hasn't been the case. Given your personal relationship, are you disappointed?
Maybe I didn't express myself clearly before. I think everyone saw what happened on Tuesday. We were all watching the match, and we saw what happened in the second half, and that's what truly matters. We cannot let the focus shift. We have a huge opportunity to take measures so that this never happens again on a football pitch.
You said this is an opportunity to make sure this never happens again. What do you think could happen? What kind of punishment could there be following Real Madrid's complaint to UEFA?
Well, now it's in UEFA's hands, obviously. I believe they've been leading a strong fight against racism for many years, and now they have the perfect opportunity to show that this fight is not just words, to punish an act like the one we experienced the other day, and to ensure it never happens again.
It was an incident that went around the world. In fact, today Bayern Munich's coach, Vincent Kompany, spoke for more than 10 minutes about it. He separated the insult from the celebration. Regarding the celebration, Mourinho invited Vinicius to celebrate like Di Stefano, Pelé, or Eusebio. Were you surprised by Jose's reflection?
Look, as I've always said, I don't think I'm here to comment on anyone else's reflections. Not Kompany's, not Jose's, not any coaches, nor anyone with a microphone in front of them. Everyone is free to give their opinion. I'm giving mine. I believe Vinicius Jr. scored an incredible goal, a fantastic goal in a great stadium, and celebrated it like we've seen hundreds and hundreds of players celebrate throughout history, regardless of their background or skin color. And I'll repeat it again. We cannot portray the victim as the provocateur. We simply will not allow that. In my opinion, it is unjustifiable to accuse the victim of provoking the situation. Nothing Vinicius Jr. has ever done on a football pitch justifies a racist act.
I'd like to ask about Trent. You've shared a dressing room with great players and outstanding passers. What makes Trent's striking ability special, and what does he bring to the team in build-up play and in creating goals?
Well, I think what's special is obvious. It's not just the precision, but the power and speed he puts on his passes. Most importantly, he doesn't need much time or space to deliver a pass, often from 60 or 70 meters, and it usually gives our forwards an advantage. We insist a lot on how important it is to get both Vinicius and Kylian Mbappe running into space. He's been doing that brilliantly. After coming back from a break, it's not easy to return at this level, and I think he fits very well with what we need in the team. He can play inside, play wide, deliver crosses for the forwards, play interior passes. I think his connection with Fede and Arda has been very good among the three of them. We need to keep working with him, but his performance and level are clear for everyone to see. I'm very happy for him.
How would you feel if this racist act you're condemning ends up without punishment? And what solution do you think UEFA or other organizations should adopt to take a firm stance?
It's not my place to decide how UEFA should react. That's not my role. But yes, I do believe there must be a sanction and a punishment, above all because we don't want this to happen again. As I said before, today we have a very good opportunity to mark a before and after. For me, that's the most important thing about what has happened, that it becomes a turning point in football. From here on, it will be up to UEFA, the different institutions, but also to us as a society, how we respond to something like this. We know the passion football generates, but there are things that are intolerable, and what we experienced last Tuesday is one of them.
I wanted to ask about Jude Bellingham. Do you think it's a coincidence that the team has looked more reliable since his injury? And is his return one of your biggest concerns heading into the end of the season?
If I could give an arm for Jude to be healthy and available tomorrow, I would do it without thinking for even half a second. For me, Jude Bellingham, and you've asked me about him many times, is one of the best players in the world. He's a leader, an example for everyone. His absence is very significant and very important. What makes me happy is that we're able to compete and play the way we're playing without a player like Bellingham. That says a lot and very good things about our squad. If I had Panoramix's magic potion to recover him right now, I'd use it immediately. No doubts whatsoever about Jude Bellingham, quite the opposite.
2 years ago, in this same press room, Ancelotti said that he considered Vinicius the most targeted player he had ever seen, and that it was the other players who needed to change their attitude, not him. After this turbulent week, do you share that reflection?
I can only speak about what I've experienced with Vinicius, and I know I've repeated myself a lot, not just in praising him as a footballer, because what he's been doing on the pitch since I arrived has been absolutely sensational and brilliant. He's deciding matches, scoring incredible goals, carrying the team on his shoulders. He's not just a decisive player, he wants to take responsibility within the team. And then there's the person. He's someone who isn't afraid. He's brave enough to experience situations like the one he went through the other day and still return to the pitch. I can't even put myself in his position. We all unfortunately receive insults in football, but I've never been insulted because of my skin color. I don't know if I'd be capable of enduring what Vinicius is enduring. It's not the first time. We hope it's the last. But you have to be very brave and have a lot of courage to go back out and play the way he did the other day. And of course, we will stand by his side, defend him, and support him without hesitation.
I'd like to ask about the rotation among the center backs. Asensio had to rest the other day. Rudiger has returned at a good level, but still has that knee issue. How do you see this rotation with matches every 3 days again?
Fortunately, we have 5 great center backs, and hopefully we'll recover Militao soon as well. I'm very happy to have everyone healthy. We'll see how they come through today's training session, our last session before tomorrow, and then we'll decide for the match. It's important to recover players and have everyone available. That always gives me more options and more tactical variations. There are many matches ahead, and load management is obviously important. But right now, the most important thing for me is fighting for tomorrow's 3 points.